Morning guys, it's Thursday the 17th of February 2022 and I'm now on leave for 11 days, so I'm back up at the shed again and I'm going to get a little bit more done hopefully this morning. So what I've been doing is I've started to put the sink in here. So I've put the framing in, and yes, this is only a slating lat, but by the time I'm finished making the partition down here out of this type of 3/4 ply board, that will be more than strong enough to do what I'm doing. So I'm just giving you a little look at what I've done. So what we've done is we've took a piece of this board, we've cut our square for our sink, we've got this board done, we've got the two runners in on the back, which are solid as a rock on the back. Obviously the front will need supporting, but there's no weight in the sink at all. So I've started to fit an electric tap, which is a 12-volt tap basically, and you'll see underneath you have the wires coming out, and there's your water hose going in, taking your water in. And what I've done is I got one of these drill bits, 19mm, and we drilled a hole in there, and it's perfect. And this is actually got a screw thread which takes a nut on the bottom as well, but it's so snug I'm able to just screw this into the wood as well to give it all that extra support. As you can see, and when I point the camera at it at least you'll be able to see it, and now that is going to make that a much tighter joint. Oh, and as it happens, turning up in the angle that I want it, you can see it's got a rise and fall tap as well. So yeah, and this, when you turn the water on, activates a pump which will be submerged in this 25-litre container. So this is it's just that deionized water in this, so I'll give that a good wash out, and we're going to use that for our water as a water supply. But we'll put a front on it so the sun can't turn the water green or anything like that. Obviously we'll need to work out how this is going to go, and then next to it we will have a waste water barrel. Now I have the option of taking the waste pipe straight through the walls and outside, but most of the water that will be going through this sink will just be clean water, or at best I'll have washed my hands, perhaps rinsed my hands in even cold water. So the waste water we might as well use, and then we can take the when that's full we can take it down to the polytunnel and use it in the polytunnel for plants. Waste not, want not, dual function guys. So you'll see these leads here come out of here, and this is to go to a 12-volt supply from the battery, and then what this will do in effect is give me running water into a sink for filling the kettle and rinsing my hands if I need to, etc. So I'm just going to crack on. If you follow me along you'll see how we do this, how we wire the tap up, and I've bought some LED lights, and depending on how bright they are we might put one or two on here on this beam, and then we'll set another one or two here. And I've decided I'm going to have the kettle in this corner with my chair alongside, and my Allen's allotment plaque up behind me here, and we're going to move the kettle from there. We just put it there last week because we were finishing off. We've got all that storage space there, bench work to work on. I've brought in another set of these squares, the little small set that used to hang up down one of these walls, and it fits perfectly across the top of here, so it's going to give me another set of things there and still room underneath for to either put more shelving or hang things like the spirit level like I had said I was going to do, guys. So what I want to do is we'll just sit this roughly back where it's going to be. Obviously it's all got to be strengthened up and everything, guys, we're not finished yet. And then you'll see we've got our sink, which we cut out perfectly to sit in there, and that'll just give you sort of an idea. We're going to have a sink in there with the kettle down this end, another board to go in here obviously. Got the main stair support where the sink area is, to take the weight on this, and then that'll section that off as well, and that'll be the sink area with the 2 water containers in there. And then I can potentially put shelves in, at least another 1 shelf between the dividing board and here as well, and get another shelf in here as well, guys. So we're going to crack on, and we'll catch you later. Right guys, we've got a bit more progress. So what we've done now is we've put our support in, like we said we were going to, with this 3/4 board. They obviously want to liquor paint these, but yeah. So we put the 3/4 board in there, and we've jointed it so that this goes all the way up to the work surface and supports this short work surface, midpoint basically. I can sit on that, no problem at all. And then we put another board in this side, so we're going to make this like a bit of a cupboard. And we might put doors on this of some description, 2 opening doors, or even just 1 opening door, so we can get these out. We've got the trap assembled and the sink outlet all assembled now, and we've got that bolted up under there with a little U-bend, and the water running off into this jerry can for now. And what we've done is we've put water, I don't know how well you can see this or not, but we have got water in there, because I'm checking to make sure the rubber seal under this unit here is not leaking, because obviously we don't want any drips on the floor. We haven't got any, and I'm not seeing any leaks under here, which means we've got a good seal, guys. So what we'll do now is we'll pull that plug out with that little drop of water, and it should flow into this container. And there we go. Now it even has a little catchment pit, so if you were using vegetables or bits and pieces, you can catch that, lift it out, drop that back in, and then basically put your plug back in. And there we go, guys. Another good job. That's one that boxes it in so we can get doors on there to keep the water from turning green, so there's no light getting at the container. We could buy black containers, of course. That would do the same job. But and I might even do that yet, we just wait and see. Or we might just put doors on that and box it in. But more importantly, because we've got this acting as a stay now, as a strengthener for the bench, we can also get runners across the back, or at least one, and get our secondary bench in like we did over here, under here, which just gives me that 1 extra shelf. Happy days. Hey guys, there you can see, there's my new seating area. I've got the kettle on at the moment. I haven't had a cuppa since I came up, I've just been cracking on with this. But basically we've got the sink in now, we've got the waste pipe in, we've got it all connected up, we know it's not leaking, we've got the tap fitted, we just need to wait for the pump come in, we need to put the electrics in obviously, we need another one of these containers, and then we're good to go with that. We've got the 2 side panels built in, so we can put doors on the front of that if we wish. And I was going to put a bench in there, but I forgot about my pedal bin, so I probably won't put a bench in there. However, what we did do is we did get these other set of squares up now, so that gives me room on the top to put stuff, and of course room on here as well. And then what we can do is possibly put screws along the front edge of this sticking out, and then hang our spirit levels and that, etc. from there. So it just gives us another 2 little shelves really, as well as still having the hanging area if we require it. So yeah, we're a bit cluttered again in here, but obviously we've got wood that we've been working with, but we need to obviously a lick of paint on these on both sides, and we do still need to paint this again, these doors, and these panels under here. And I'm thinking, right guys, we've had a bit of a tidy out. We've painted this door, we've given it a one coat. We're doing it with a brush, good thick coat on there, and then we're just going to leave that to dry. Now we'll do that again with a roller, possibly tomorrow once that's dry. But we've had a bit of a tidy out in here, cleared all the wood and everything, and just, I mean, the shelves are still messy because I'm still working basically. But basically that's it. We've got these boards painted like we said we were going to, and when that dries back they'll be fine. Got the finished sink, just having my last cup of coffee, and we've now got under here all painted, all these doors painted, this one, and of course that one there was like that. As you can see the difference already. Now once that gets its second coat, it'll look $1 million, guys. So we're getting there, we're nearly there now, guys. Right guys, so welcome back, and here I am in my new seating area alongside the kettle. I've got the sink finished now. That's a great job. I've actually got more progress done today than I thought I would. I've got this bench complete. We've got the sink in, we've got it all sealed, we've got the tap in, and we've got the boarded off and the bench strengthened up and everything. As I said, this bench, although I only used a slate and lat on the front edge, I can sit on this bench purely and simply because of how I've designed it and done it. No need to use expensive timbers when the cheaper versions will do. Strangely enough, I went into the timber yard this morning just out of curiosity to see how much a sheet of 8x4 plywood was nowadays. £60 for one sheet. £60 for a sheet of plywood. And that wasn't the 3/4 inch all marine ply. That was just your bog standard 9mm sheathing ply. £60. I nearly fell off my perch. Needless to say, I am so delighted that I broke them nest boxes up and decided to use these for benches. The amount of money it would have cost me if I had sold these for 20 or 30 quid or something like that, and then had to go and buy the timber to build these benches. I am so pleased that I decided to break up those nest boxes. And I still have plenty of it left as well for shelving the other shed out. Or the other side of this shed. I have another shed, for those that's seen already. You've seen the size of this one. I've got another section, the same size again, just on the other side of this corridor, behind this door. And then I've got another empty shed, which you've seen in an earlier video, which was 8 foot by 6 foot, that's empty as well. And as I said in another video, I have decided to let all of the birds go, and during my 11 days off, I will be getting them photographed up and put on the website, guys. I don't know when, and I'm not going to give you any timelines. Hopefully in the next couple of days, but I don't know for certain. It'll be weather dependent, and how I feel and how much progress I get done elsewhere that I want done while I'm off. But needless to say, they will all be going at some point this year. Sooner rather than later, I hope. Just made myself a cup of coffee and I'm sitting having that. And of course, Alan's allotment wouldn't be complete without my little plaque sitting behind me again, that the grandchildren bought me, not Christmas gone, but the Christmas before. They had this made up for me saying, "Welcome to Grandad Alan's allotment," and pride of place in the new shed. So guys, I don't know if I'm going to get anything more else done today, but if I do, it'll be in another video now. So this one's running into quite a lengthy one. So for now, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for all your likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions, and everything else, and following me along, guys. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you again in the next video.